of the two pizzas we're going to be making here. Everybody's seen demonstrations on pizzas before. I'm going to show you one way you can teach your operator how to be profitable at making pizzas and how to make a decent looking pizza. When I go into convenience stores, I'll see pizza crust and I'll see big edges that are left without any sauce on or any ingredients on. Or else I see the sauce and everything's all over the edge. I'm pretty picky when it comes to art of making pizza. It's got to be art. So we're going to be artists today. Okay. And then I'm going to have 4 people come up here, and we're going to teach. Kay's going to be one of them. Okay. Now I don't use perforated spoons. Kay, I'll call you in a minute. Okay. I'll do a demo first. I usually use a solid spoon, but that's all we have. Just perforated. Okay. The key is saucing up your pizza. Put 2 big scoops in the center. Okay. Here is the key. Okay, you use your tip of your spoon. You take the sauce to the edge. Use the tip of your spoon. So you're going to get a nice, clean. This is probably the hardest part of making a pizza, is getting that sauce right to the edge and it's not going over. Or without leaving too much edge. Spinning the beets around as we do it. Now you can bring down your food costs a little more by this by adding a little water to your pizza sauce, which I suggest. That's the secret ingredient in most restaurants. Okay, you got the edge. Now use the base of your spoon to smooth it out. So this is where the base of the spoon comes in. I know a lot of people use ladles, but if you use a ladle, you can't do a clean edge. So the base is used as spoon. One little glue right there. And basically your pizza's going to look nice clean edge, you don't have an inch of crust. So when you go order a pizza at a convenience store or else your restaurant, you can put this out for lunch, breakfast, dinner, okay? Introduce them to pizza. You don't need a whole lot of, you need hard-baked crust or our proof-perfect crust right out of the freezer to the screen, okay? You can use a Pinger oven, you can use a pizza oven or a convection oven. You just gotta watch your temperatures. Okay. I also like to put a little bit of cheese on the base. What this will do, it'll keep the pizza, when you bite into your pizza, it'll keep the whole top part of the cheese and the meat pulling out in your mouth, where all you have left is crust. There's 2 ways of doing it. You can use sliced cheese and put the sliced cheese under the sauce and press the sliced mozzarella cheese. That is actually the best pizza in the world. You put sliced cheese on the bottom, then you sauce up the top, okay? But you don't see any operators doing it this way anymore. That was an old way because they always had to use cut cheese or sliced cheese, and people don't want to pay for extra cheese on the pizza. So I just put a little crumble around, and then when I do pizzas, you put your hand, catch all the ingredients. So my hand is going to cut the pizza as I make it. I'm not too particular when it comes to putting a little cheese on the bottom, just enough to bind everything. Rotate on this cloth. Okay. So I put a little cheese base down. There's not much cheese right there. then we're gonna make a sausage pepperoni pizza. Same thing goes. You cup your hand on the pizza crust. You always get the edges. Just like when you're cleaning windows, okay? Your wife tells you to do the windows. If you get the edges first, the middle will take care of itself. So, a little secret to it.
I think there's a different story there. Maybe we ought to hear it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to give it a covering. See, I'm catching everything with the cupping of my hand. We don't see a bunch of that one little spot right there from the cheese. Okay.
Tim, does it matter? You're doing sausage first. You wouldn't do pepperoni first? Is there a reason why?
Just it's my preference because I like the pepperoni to get a glaze on it on top of the sausage. Now, if you're doing a plain pepperoni pizza, of course, it goes on top of the sauce. So basically, that's a nice covering right there. Okay. You don't see, yes, perfect. Okay, we're going to do pepperoni. Now you're operating to put any place from 20 pieces to 50 pieces. I have down at 20 on it, okay? So if you like an extra pepperoni on it, you just add another, I believe, 24 cents to it for pepperoni. So you can make the pepperoni how you wish. I like to go fairly edge to edge. See, I take out the pepperoni right to the edge. So every ingredient goes right to the edge. And I'm sure everybody has customers that makes a pizza, and you see, those are so unappetizing. Corey now is going to bring up 2 pizzas that I made before we got started. I'm covering. I didn't realize gloves makes the pepperoni stick to your fingers. The ingredients I'm using is the grande cheese, the Bonici pizza crumbles, and the Sugardale pepperoni, and the, I believe it's the Allegro pizza sauce that we were showed by Heinz last week. Okay, pepperoni should look like this, okay? If you want to use a little more, pepperoni is actually the cheapest ingredient you can use on your pizza, believe it or not. I know it's a meat, but it's sliced so thin, it's the cheapest ingredient you can use. Okay, now we take the cheese again. We're going to cup it here. And I get my edges. I turn the pizza pan, that's on the pizza pan on the screen as I do it. Done with the pizza. There's your pepperoni and sausage combination.
That's good.
We have one of those coming out in the oven. So you don't see extra crust, you don't see sauce all over the crust. And a lot of times you see pizza places, they got to knock off all the cheese they spilled, it's burned on the side, and we got a clean pizza here. Teach your customers. Now we're going to do a breakfast pizza. Take cheddar cheese sauce. This is Restaurant Pride cheddar cheese sauce. Same goes. About a scoop and a half, and a scoop. Put a little extra on. All right, same thing goes. You bring your sauce or your cheese sauce out to the edge. Once you get good at this, you can really start frying and make the pizza. you've ever seen a cheddar cheese sauce made as a base for pizza? Okay. Again, use the bottom of your spoon to nicely being sauced up. And the same goes, I'll take a little cheese and just put a little base of cheese on it too. And then we're going to add bacon and egg to it. Okay. These are Crystal Lake eggs, scrambled eggs, which Bo had up here. All I did was take them and cut them in half, quarter them a little bit, just put them on a chopping block. To reduce cost on this pizza, you can scramble fresh eggs, okay, and use the bacon you're using at your restaurant. And so, you know, if you also go with the prepared products such as Crystal Lake and the sugar milk. I always put meat on first. I start putting the egg on. We're going to put the bacon on first. Same thing applies. You go to the edge. That's the reason you see a little higher food cost on the breakfast pizza is because of the reason it's not, if you use scrambled eggs or your bacon that your restaurant's already using. Okay, we've got a covering of bacon on there. Now we'll put a little covering of egg. Okay. Nice little covering bacon, eggs. Now I'll just I like covering the cheese over the top. Same thing applies. I'll take the edge first. You guys can be the pizza expert. Okay. There's your breakfast pizza. Everything right to the edge. Nothing flying over the edge. Crust is pretty well narrow. Okay. Now, I need some volunteers. Let's bring 2 people up there to make who wants to make a pizza? Okay? All right.
So can you take any crust and put it upside down if it has an edge, and you don't want an edge? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because I special ordered one, and if I'm kind of behind and they run out, and it has an edge on it, flip it over, and that's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's made to cook one way, and it's still going to be good. Okay?
I thought there was supposed to be 3 of us. Come on, Pam.
Come on, make pizza.
I'll take my.
What's the difference between the straight?
It's right there.
Oh, wait a second.
No, it's a good question.
Question you.
If you're doing the impinger, which most places have now, it's the different part maker crust. The screen is always better for the part maker crust.
Airflow.
What if it's oven, use a pan?
I would still use a screen, not a pan, because it'll get a little crispier. A pan is going to keep your crust more moist. Okay. Let's go ahead and some of this off.
No, it's not.
Yeah, one more. Do I have the mountain flour? I have before, the flour, especially, that keeps it from sticking, or else you can use a little spray, okay? I put a little spray on this, just so it wouldn't stick. Or else here's what you can use. You take our solid oil, you dock it, okay? Here's what you gotta be careful with. You dock the pizza, you take the two-inch brush, make sure you get all the oil off, and spread that oil around it. But you gotta make sure though, you don't have too much oil, because you don't wanna fry the pizza. You start frying the pizza, it takes a minute. Okay, one more mount, I got another screen here.
Come on, Cam. Come on up.
Okay. Laura, you want to give these people weapons? Yes. Spoons?
You're not a server. I'm up here, you can be up there.
Corey, you want to get a cross ready? Uh-oh. If I have blood, somebody else touched stuff.
He spilled some sauce. We kind of like it.
You all take gloves?
Yeah, you know what?
Or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. We're going to throw everything away. So. If you want gloves, I have one here. It doesn't matter.
You're not going to eat it.
We're not going to eat it. Okay. Thank you, Corey.
I'm gonna make mine.
Okay, we're going to put 2 scoops of sauce right in the center. Two scoops again. Now bring the sauce out to the edge. Then you're going to use, once you get it to the edge, you're going to use your tip of your spoon. See, it's more difficult than you think, isn't it? Use your tip. Get the sauce right to the edge, use your tip.
At least he doesn't have a knife now.
Your speed will pick up.
You know, you're just close enough. That's why I'm up here. Yeah, it's not a race.
I don't know, James is kicking your ass.
I don't care.
Okay?
Yeah, anytime you have
He
to.
went to Nova Roberts, he just had COVID, but.
Just take it out the edge, a little bit, and I'll take your sauce right to the edge.
Yeah, see? I do pause. Why do you use a slot instead of a nut slot?
I did not break my lamp.
I'm sorry. I was trying, I was listening. Maybe I was
Okay, I
taking.
said, I use sound. Only had one word.
You're okay.
And that's the good one to use.
Back just too much more yesterday.
Gravy on breakfast. Or do you use breakfast? You just
You know what?
have
No, I like cheese sauce. Gravy. And you can add hash browns to that pizza, breakfast pizza, you can add anything you'd like to.
You want to cut these so they can.
Yeah, we're gonna cut it right now. Everybody can try
Pass them around, you cut.
Are we supposed to keep going?
Yeah.
Now, I'll put a little cheese down as a base. A little sprinkle cheese on the whole lot. Don't put nothing in squares or something.
Are you using your heat up? You're not using your heat.
Spices. I've never done that.
To catch it?
Brain matter.
It's not a race. He said